What's going on, guys? It's your man Ed Hayes here, back for another video. And in this one, are you leveraging your InvestorLift account to its highest capacity? I think most people aren't. As you can see right here, guys, we've sent 128,000 emails over the past 30 days, and that's actually like 50% down from what we even normally do. However, I want to talk to you all about different features and system strategies that you can use inside of InvestorLift to get the best results. So let's not waste any time, guys. So just for the record, for any of you all out there, if you're not already leveraging InvestorLift, make sure that you use code Wholesale Coach VIP to get 10% off your order using the link down below. Okay, it's the number one off-market MLS platform in America. It's basically the Zillow of off-market deals, the Zillow for wholesalers. So make sure that you check out InvestorLift. Use the link down below. Use code Wholesale Coach VIP to get 10% off. So, all right, that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So as y'all can see, man, we're out here, we're using the hell out of the system. And it's been doing us very, very well over these past 30 days. We found several buyers leveraging InvestorLift. We sent a ton of emails and barely got any blocks and bounces and spam reports and things of that nature. So everything has been gravy. However, there's very many things I believe that most people aren't leveraging, such as this analytics section inside of InvestorLift. Like, we actually recently started up Google ads, and we leveraged some of the data inside of InvestorLift that they just give you right here, just readily available to actually hone in on our ads so we can get the best results as we start to do our PPC campaigns coming up here. Another thing that I recommend that you all check out is going to be to send more emails. I think most of you all are probably just scratching the surface in terms of the emails that you could be sending out. So for instance, if you check out this Houston property that we have right here, we just did a good amount of marketing on it over the past day or two. And inside of here in this send notifications tab, if you were to go into send some notifications, basically, very often inside of InvestorLift, you get capped out when you're on the lieutenant mode of InvestorLift. So just a small disclaimer, I am on the lieutenant mode of InvestorLift. It's the higher package, and it's the one that I recommend that you get if you're already doing some good deals out here and you just want to make more money. You want to get these deals out to more buyers. Check out the lieutenant mode of InvestorLift. You'll have to actually hop on a phone call with someone over at InvestorLift to actually get onto this higher package. But either way, when you get inside of here, if you click send to all, and let's say for instance you click to Houston, the city, look, you're going to be maxed out. You're going to be maxed out. It's over 7,000 people, so you can't actually send out this notification. You would either need to put in some buyer tags, like maybe just reaching out to cash buyers, for instance. Look, still over 7,000. Or you can go ahead and go in here and play with the buyer score. This is usually what I do. So then on the initial blast of people that we're sending the property out to, we've got a lot more. Oh, let me just take that tag off. We've got a lot more buyers that we can actually send it out to. So basically we got 6,860 that we can actually send this property out to once we put on that 8,000 score. So with this blast, we can send 6,860. And then if we wanted to, we can change the score and just go up to people that have a 7,999 score. But you'll notice that if you did that, when in an area like Houston, it would actually still be over 7,000 people to send this property out to. So ultimately, we end up having to send it out to the people that were within the buyer score of 3,900 to 799. Then we sent out another blast to people within the buyer score of 2,200 to 3,899. That allowed us to get out about 20,000 emails on this property, literally in the course of about 4 or 5 minutes. All right. Not every single property you're going to want to do this for. I say be very selective when it comes to this. This is something that we consider to be like a really hot deal. It's like a 6-figure spread in Houston, Texas. So we decided to kind of blast it out there. But I don't recommend that you do this with every single property that you get and you flood the market and things of that nature. But on some properties, I think a lot of wholesalers are missing out on the opportunity to send it out to significantly more people. So make sure that you all leverage the send to all button, the cartel mode button, and then go ahead and change the buyer scores when you're actually trying to send it out to more people if you end up in a situation where it's more than 7,000 people. But Ed, what do I do if there's like a 0 people to send it out to in InvestorLift? Here's what I would recommend. You see this button right here, this little side button next to the geotags. You want to click that. And from there, you can go ahead and choose individual counties that are surrounding your subject property. So if you zoom in here, let's say for instance, you wanted to get really granular. Well, like you could do the whole state, right? And then you'll get like everybody that's within 100 miles of your property. But if you took that off, you can go ahead and literally just start targeting the closest counties to your subject property. So in this situation, it would be Harris County. So let's just take off Texas. But yeah, either way, it would be Harris County in this scenario. That would be the closest one. And then you end up in a situation where you've actually got enough people that you can send it out to. So you got 7,000 and then you would minus off some people. But in some scenarios, guys, maybe you've got 100, something like that. If you want to expand that search, then you hit that geotag function and you go down here and you choose more counties that are close to your subject property. That's a pro tip right there. All right. So then boom, you go back to your filters. Another thing that you want to definitely consider is sending SMS. Not a lot of people actually send text messages about their properties. You will need to set up a Twilio integration inside of InvestorLift, which is really simple. It literally took me like 5 minutes. You'll go in here, you'll set up your Twilio account, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Otherwise, like being able to shoot your property out to as many people as possible is going to be one of the most important factors when it comes to InvestorLift in general. Like you need to get this property into the eyes of as many people as possible. So if you're sending out emails as well, guys, you definitely want to be checking those email opens. This email open rate of 73% is outlandish. That's a lot. Like that's really high. Then we got 1% email clicks, 1 to 3% email clicks is very normal. Anything over that is outrageous. And then you want this spam or blocks and things of that nature to be as low as possible, like as close to 0% as possible. But yeah. That's just some of the things that I think that a lot of people aren't really leveraging inside of InvestorLift at the moment. Another thing is actually pulling your automatic comps. So if you come inside of here, it gives you the opportunity to add automatic comps. I think that it was down for a bit, but now it's back up and rocking and running for most properties on InvestorLift, like 90+% of them, it seems like you're going to be able to pull automatic comps for. In this scenario, it's not going to have a last sold price because this is Texas. So, but typically it would have like the last sold price and you will go through and choose, a range of different comps for the property. A lot of these buyers actually do look at the comps. So keep that in mind. That's another feature that I don't think that most people are actually taking advantage of. Another thing is like when you've actually got buyers, make sure that you're sending out those address requests as quickly as possible. Even though like if you have your settings set to where people will automatically get the address when they request it, you still want to go in there and send them that address request. If I'm not mistaken, it sends that address to them via email as well. So that may remind them to go back and re-look into your property in the future if they were looking at it right there online. Maybe with that email, maybe they stop looking at it online and they go back the next day and see it on their email, and now they're going to follow up with you. So that's another thing I think is very important, is sending out those property inquiries as quickly as possible. Another thing is actually adding notes to your buyer. Person requested address. Let's say for instance you had a VA inside of here, right? And you wanted to see like, what has the VA been doing? Have they actually been getting stuff done? What are the notes? Like what actually happened on these phone calls? Where you can have your VA or yourself go in here and start adding notes to that person. And these notes, if I'm not mistaken, will only pop up internally for anyone that's on your team inside of your system. So it's a great way to kind of keep track of what's going on. Who did your VAs talk to? Like, do you need to follow up with this person, etc., etc. Ultimately, you want to get these deals sold, and there's a lot of other people that are going to be sending these same people deals. So you want to speed to that potential buyer lead. You want to move pretty quickly when it comes to it. So send out those property address requests right away. And then that's basically like the gist of what I really wanted to show you all. Like, make sure that you all are leveraging the text messaging inside of here. Make sure that you're sending out as many emails as possible. Make sure that you leverage those geo tags, and make sure that you send out your address request right away. A lot of you all are using InvestorLift wrong. Also, like even with your descriptions and stuff, I see a lot of people out here with literally one sentence descriptions on their properties, and then they don't even have a picture on their profile. Like, step it up, guys. Like, we got to do better than that. You can do more than a one sentence description and one picture of the property and no photo of yourself. Get it together. Let's do this thing the right way. If you are going to use InvestorLift, no point of paying all of this money and not leveraging it the right way. So once again, though, guys, make sure that y'all check out InvestorLift, y'all. If y'all not using it already, I promise you, y'all, look, treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're not leveraging InvestorLift to get out here and find your buyers. So on that pro plan, you're going to have the ability to be able to send out those emails, but you're only going to be able to send them out to your personal buyers list. I do recommend getting on that lieutenant level. If they still are offering that out to the community, get onto that lieutenant level if you can't afford it. That's the one that you want to get on, because it's going to get you solid. You're going to be able to send every single one of your deal out to thousands, if not tens of thousands of people in a short period of time, get traction, and actually get more deals. So guys, InvestorLift gets the job done. When you head over there, use the link down below and use code Wholesale Coach VIP to take 10% off your order. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. All right. So anyway, though, guys, I think that's just about it. If y'all have any InvestorLift related questions, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll be more than glad to answer any of you all's questions truthfully and honestly about the software. As y'all can see, man, I can't make this stuff up. We use the hell out of InvestorLift. We love it. That's why I talk about it, and I try to help other people get the best results out of InvestorLift as well. So anyway, though, guys, I hope that this video has been helpful. And until next time, we are out.